Hey guys, back with another toy pickups. I know last week we did the Rattler, so I actually got a couple of things in last week, but I didn't get a chance to talk to them or talk about them. I guess is the best way for me to say that. But I will talk about them now. So I got a couple of things in, one from a toy hunt, one from something that I ordered. Let's go ahead and talk about the thing that I ordered first. So first thing that I got was the 2-pack of Omega Red. This thing's awesome. So obviously, if you've seen the room in a tour before, I have a big X-Men collection. Probably not as big as some of the other toy tubers out there, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I gotta kind of pick up all the ancillary villains that I don't have. And this dude is awesome. And it was one of those things where I know this thing has been released like 2 or 3 times already, or this is the 3rd time that they released them, and I didn't get any of those, and those things are expensive now to try to get. So when the 2-pack came out, even though nobody was really excited about this particular 2-pack, I was, because this guy in the camera is super awesome. He's using that same body Sabretooth is, and I think this is actually his body mold that Sabretooth is using. The Omega Red body is for Sabretooth. But he's posable for, I guess, whatever Omega Red needs to be doing. And he comes with the little tendril, the coils things. I wish that they were bendy wire, which I've heard a bunch of people say already. But they do come out, and you can either leave them bare like that, or you can swap in the short ones to be able to change up the looks. They do manipulate a little bit, so you can wrap them around other figures and stuff like that, but that's probably not the way I'm going to display him. I think it's going to be more of a like flying tendril look for him when he goes on the shelf with the rest of X-Men and Wolverine villains. So once again, Omega Red. Perfect. All right. Other thing, well, let's talk about this. This was a 2-pack, right? So it was Omega Red and War Machine. He's in the box. You may be asking yourself, why is he in the box? Because he's going to stay in the box. You know why? Because I don't care about this character. You guys were right. The 2-pack was some characters probably nobody wanted. I wanted Omega Red. Nobody wanted this War Machine. Yes, and I know the Gamerverse thing. And he's not even the one that's in the game. He's just the one that's on the art. He's not even the exact War Machine on the game. I think they actually released that one already. So they're just doing the artwork one, and I didn't care for either one of those. So this War Machine, as you guys can take a look at right now, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to put it in the thumbnail. This War Machine will stay in the box. I have no ties to him. You want to see the back. If you want to see the back of the box. I have no ties to him. That's where he's going to stay. Unfortunately, Gathering Dust, all I can think about is the Toy Story thing where somebody gets put on the shelf. I'm sorry, that's where War Machine, he's getting put on the shelf, and we'll never see him. Just like Squeaker, or Squeaky, the penguin when the squeaker stopped working. Last thing that I got, this was on a toy pickup. I got the Action Pilot, which is kind of cool because I have a plane now, but it's more G.I. Joe themed, so I don't think I can really put him on Cobra. And, sorry as I lean out of here, out of frame. He came with all of this stuff, man. All of this stuff. This is one of the great things about the 60th anniversary figures and the legacy figures. They come with a ton of stuff which you can actually share with. Look at all the helmets that are right there. That you can, it's like over here, all the helmets and stuff right there that you could share with other G.I. Joe characters, or you could kit this dude out right here with all the loaded stuff. I don't have a G.I. Joe plane for him to go into, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. But the best thing that came out of here, and I guess I can do it this way, the best thing that came out of here, was the most thing when I saw him I was excited about, was his damn parachute. This parachute reminds me of when I was a kid and freaking G.I. Joes came with a parachute, and I lived on the 2nd floor, and I would toss these things out the window, and sometimes the parachute worked, and sometimes it didn't, and sometimes I broke G.I. Joes or other action figures that I happened to put this on. I'm not sure. I know back when this thing was released, some people tried it, and I think their figures survived. I don't think I'm going to do that, though I may get a wild hair up my ass and actually do that. This is probably the first thing that got me to say I was going to buy that. And the figure's cool. I'm not even gonna lie. The figure is cool. So these were my toy pickups for this week. The Action Pilot, Sabretooth. And boring as War Machine, who's staying in a box once again. All right, so that is all I got for that. The only toy news, I guess the biggest thing that we've been talking about is SH Figure Arts Spider-Man. That thing looks 90% awesome. I would say 85% awesome. And we all know it's because the crotch area is that SH Figure Art articulation scheme, which does not look good when it's not flowy Arabian pants like in the Dragon Ball series. That's why I've never noticed it, because the pants flow so much with Dragon Ball figures. I didn't even realize that was their known articulation thing. So when you put it on a character that has a solid color and skin tight clothes, man, it looks ugly. It looks absolutely ugly. It looks ugly on Cyclops, but still, Cyclops, that's one of the best Cyclops out there. I mean, it's neck and neck with Mafex. And Spider-Man, that thing had me sitting back. I own a couple of Spider-Man right now from Mafex. I was thinking about getting this HH figure because the design and the color on it and the muscle, like everything is perfect except for that crotch nether region that's weird. The crotch nether region that just looks like so clustered. I really wish they would change that articulation scheme, at least for the Gamerverse, and then continue on with Dragon Ball. I don't think anybody really cares with Dragon Ball because it kind of flows with the design of the clothes anyway. All right, that's all I got to say this week. Next week, I'll be back with some other stuff because I got at least one more thing coming next week, if not a couple of things coming next week, and we'll talk about it then. All right, you guys take care.